Hey everyone, welcome back to another Ark Nova replay analysis. You've seen the title of this video. We're indeed going to start off the day with a free-range New World Monkeys game. This was a friendly match between BlanketAddict and dwarvintime. This is part 2 of that series. We saw one of their games last week. And a bit different from normal, both players actually picked their starting map. So I think they had a bit of an agreement that dwarvintime would take a bit of a handicap. BlanketAddict does start with Silver Lake. And dwarvintime starts with Hollywood Hills. So let's talk about free-range New World Monkeys for a second. This is one of the native cards. All the native cards are generally good except for the monkey one. Something like native lizards is you don't really have to go out of your way to get points, you just have to touch rocks and you get a lot of appeal. But monkeys actually rewards you for doing something bad, which is not getting rewards on the map. And if you don't do that, you get appeal and then shields at the end of the game. So it's a bit different from the others where you actually have to sacrifice. It compromises your board a bit. You don't get these early bonuses which help you out. And most maps don't actually have that many rewards. The exception being Silver Lake. So it's long been prophesized that there's a sort of strategy you could do where you ignore completely the left side of the map and only focus on the right side and max out the end game shields with free range monkeys here. As far as this opening hand goes, there's not really a lot going on. End goals are good though. Favorite zoo, conservation zoo. And the starting animals aren't great. So Moose does fit 2 of the projects, but it's not playable for a very long time. I guess Moose is playable fairly soon if you start Waza large animals. Kind of interesting combo. But anyway, we know from the title of this video that monkeys is picked. And then I wonder what else you start with. Maybe geologist penguin pool is okay. If we're going to start on the right side, native lizards could also be okay. I don't even mind not starting with an animal here. Here's going to be 3 of them and the moose instead of native lizards. So not even the Waza large either. We'll see how long the moose sticks around for. I guess the good thing is, if you are planning on only building on the right side of your map, which I assume was the plan from the very start, because there's not much reason to keep monkeys, then flocking becomes very efficient. With limited space, you want to be flocking. dwarvintime is first player and starts with expert in herbivores. Very nice, fitting the conservation project. BlanketAddict just starts by Xing out build. Potentially just wanting to get geologists down first before building anything. Could also be looking at snapping up a foreign institute. That's an idea as well. The display's not... The problem with snapping up foreign institute is it gives you an upgrade, but you have no playable animals, so I would assume that's not the plan. dwarvintime starts off with Europe Partner Zoo. Presumably they are going to support Europe too at the start of the next round. Okay, it is a foreign institute snap. It's a shame, would have been a very nice draw from deck. dwarvintime builds a size 2 and gets Science Museum. Okay, that's one to keep in mind. Foreign Institute comes down. The good thing is it makes Penguin Pool playable immediately. I'm not really sure the ordering that you want to be doing these things, because I would have thought you want to get Geologist down and then build over the player sponsor for money. That would save an X token. You can just pay 1 extra money and get Foreign Institute out. But here we are. dwarvintime does snap up the stoat. Very reasonable. Oh, and Red Deer appears, okay. So that would have been an insane draw from the deck. You get 2 European animals and a herbivore and a predator. Wow. Okay, so the plan was just upgrade build all along. That's reasonable then. Upgrade build before doing your first build action. Oftentimes build is size 1 for the stoat. They cover an H, but we actually don't see what sponsor they get from that. So a little replay bug there. It's interesting. But we see that their cards went up to 5. Cards should not be at 5. Okay, so they did get something. We have a size 3 into Geologist, into Penguin Pool. Ah, drawing the Howler to play. That's interesting. Okay. With a kiosk. And now a wolf appears. Wow. So much Europe. Okay, we might assume that Dwarvintime got Engineer from covering that H, which is not bad. We have just enough money for the Howler. And I'd assume we're going to clever down. I guess we're not going to clever down cards. I was going to say clever down cards so we can either break or play a sponsor, but maybe it's more beneficial to snap one of these up first. That does allow Dwarvintime to build again. Little interesting double pavilion build here. It is the Red Deer that gets snapped up. Now you really want to find a size 4 or size 5 herbivore to double flock. That would be huge. Stoat hunts a rock monitor and plays the rock monitor immediately. Don't know that there's much to sunbathe with 3 cards. Okay, 1 goes. A lucky hunt then. And just the breakout. I guess you don't really want to stick around in this round while Dwarvintime has Engineer down, because you can put like 2 decent kiosks, build some more pavilions, income's going to get super high. Like, that's a great kiosk spot there. Yeah, very dangerous. One of these will have to get discarded though, and it's not monkeys, so I'm going to assume the Geologist. Basically, you're not going to get much money from it anymore anyway. Dwarvintime starts off the round with 2 Europe into snapping. Probably for the wolf, as Predators is still a project and there's still a discount on it. And does upgrade build instead of taking a worker at 2 CP. But upgrading build on Hollywood Hills is very important to get that last H. Just second uni for BlanketAddict. Classic animals upgrade. Gonna be annoyingly like 1 reputation short of getting another worker, but it'll be useful for next round. So I will say, on Silver Lake, with this game plan of having like 4 endgame shields from monkeys here, the onus is really on Dwarvintime to quickly end the game, because with Silver Lake Determination and basically having an extra endgame goal in a sponsor card here, if BlanketAddict for whatever reason gets close to 100 or crosses, it's just basically unbeatable endgames. That is one of the huge advantages of Silver Lake. Interesting. So it's just a size 3 for the deer. Rep does get covered. We're eating into some of the monkey points. But I guess it is necessary. You actually do need some room to play animals. Leaving a size 5 open in the bottom right corner I like a lot. We have Reese's Monkey Park coming down for Dwarvintime. Oh, I'm silly. There's a reputation on the map that hasn't been covered. Okay, that is enough for a second worker. That's 100% the reason why. Well, that's useful for getting a partner zoo at least. Probably Europe. Dwarventime has engineer and is still building 7. Okay. Building double kiosk as well. So size 4, size 2 and double kiosk. That's an interesting build action. Draws 1 card from the deck. Gets 5 money as well. Would the Monkey Park be good for BlanketAddict because they plan on playing... I mean, yeah, there's some synergy there with the primate icon. You're 100% right. I'm sure BlanketAddict was very jealous. We do have Europe Partner Zoo. So, I mean, the real question is, how on earth are we getting enough points to get anywhere near 100 points as BlanketAddict? Dwarventime plays Badger and Wolf. Wow, up to 3 predators already. Must be drawing from the deck. Okay, Eagle Owl is very nice. Even Bird of Paradise is very nice. Penguin Pool is still down here. It actually keeps the Sea Lion instead. Sea Lion does fit the project. Still a bit surprised. Guided school tours for Dwarfentime. And Monkey's still not coming down, just breaking instead. I guess we're not close to 25 appeal yet, and Monkeys is not gonna... the 2 or 3 appeal you get from it is not super meaningful. Dwarventime snaps up the Snowy Owl, just getting rid of birds from the Penguin Pool player. Koala here looking a bit interesting. Dwarventime gets the Australia Partner Zoo, potentially eyeing the Koala, might snap it up next move. We just have Asia Partner Zoo for BlanketAddict into a cards upgrade. Possibly eyeing the Tarsier. Dwarventime not snapping up the Koala though, just drawing from the deck. And interestingly, didn't cover the last H yet either. Has some decent endgames in sponsors. Losing a few more monkey points. Only building a size 2 and a size 1. So that definitely indicates Tarsier plus Eagle Owl. Although you could still build a pavilion, but I think you actually don't really want to be building pavilions when you have such limited space, I guess. Actually kind of cute. Like, there's a nice aviary spot here, there's a size 5 spot here, but think that's all the buildings we're going to see, really. We have water playground for dwarvintime. Still has not upgraded sponsors, actually. But massive point lead and income lead right now. And this is exactly how you want to fight the Silver Lake player. Just win before they can make use of their determination and super endgame. Eagle Owl first to draw cards. Low mountain range going to be... Ooh, muskox as well. I'd be keeping the low mountain range and muskox. Release is going to be super important to recycle these enclosure spaces. Tarsier as well. Does draw the koala away at least. Could still be playable. We might actually see it come down. Primate breeding, great for BlanketAddict here. Dwarvintime just builds a size 5 and is still not covering the H. Clever's down cards. We just have third uni for BlanketAddict. Into a sponsor upgrade. Wow. New Zealand fur seal is the 4th predator for dwarvintime. Plus extra worker now is huge. Can actually support 4 predators next move. Although I expect BlanketAddict is going to cause the break here. Yeah, important to break before the project gets supported. Although it will allow dwarvintime to snap up the primate breeding program. Okay, we actually have 4 herbivores in hand. Ooh, rhino. Rhino probably has to get snapped up first. Rhino does indeed get snapped up. And we have predators at 4 into 5 money. I think money makes enough sense. There's actually no spot for the rhino here, so it's just a denial. Unless we have a release for the wolf or fur seal. I was going to say we need the money to play the rhino, but it's actually not playable. Does get 2 reputation from 5 CP, which gives an Assos upgrade. Don't often see that on Hollywood Hills. Does leave the primate breeding program open, which will 100% get snapped away, drawn away. Wow, we actually find another flocker, and that's herbivore number 5. That's very huge. Oh, with a bamboo forest. Dwarventime's run out of sponsors and is just breaking 5. Interesting. We do have a size 4 for the muskox. And still choosing not to build a pavilion. So I guess in this case it makes sense because we're about to play monkeys, and then the pavilion doesn't actually get you a point because you're just covering up something, a bonus that's next to an enclosure. This is the break here. This is going to be kind of... I guess you keep all the herbivores and the monkeys. Oh no. Surely you don't get rid of both the projects, so something has to go here. Maybe koala has to go. Wow, actually chooses to keep all the herbivores and the free-range monkeys. That's a little bit crazy. Bamboo Forest, of course, gets snapped away. Red Panda and Giant Panda in the display right now. So the ordering is we have to play monkeys now. Do have to spend an X to do that. Nice 4 appeal. We still have a bit of a deficit. Massive money deficit as well. Last H finally gets covered. And Science Lab gets drawn. Probably not what you're really hoping to see when Sponsors is not upgraded. Doesn't look like it'll be a 4 upgrade game for Dwarvintime. Yeah, Koala's a really interesting one. I mean, the reasoning is purely because it's the 5th herbivore tag, and getting stuck on 4 would be like disastrous. But it's actually really hard to play this guy without the Australia prerequisite. Not like we can get the Australia Partner Zoo anyway. So yeah, that's a bit of an odd decision. Muskox into just the Barred Owl Hut. And Moose. Barred Owl Hut is playable here. Gives us Penguin Pool points as well. Don't know that we want to be using any map space on it though. Dwarventime had the other rhino. Okay. Most likely keeping, well, species or habitat diversity. Llama as well. Both racing a little bit to 5 herbivores. Moose very important for that 4th Europe icon. Forgot about that. Takes 5 money, which is reasonable, but the 3 card draw here is huge. Be able to get both pandas, and large animals is another playable project. So kind of rewarded for not keeping the primate breeding, I guess. I think also kind of lucky that other herbivores showed up. And another one shows up. Actually getting dangerous. It is habitat diversity. With a size 3, so 12 times close to filling up map here. Takes size 2 enclosure as well. Good old favorite zoo though. So yeah, size 2 after the break, and then just 1 build fills the map. Nice for engineer endgame. Guided school tours endgame, still 1 species away. There's still a 24-point lead right now. And we have spending an X to build 5, need that size 3 and size 2 down. So aviary spot's dead, which is fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Those 8 spots there, those are the 4 shields for the end game. Nice clevering down of cards as well. Don't really... I guess you do need a lot to end the game, but realistically, without much space left to build, this is pretty much all you can do. I'm actually spending an X to snap up to pier there. With only 3 cards in hand, it's possible that that is the 5th icon that they need. It's also possible that they weren't paying attention. I don't know, I think that's less likely. They should know that both pandas are in hand here. We're just gonna have double break. There is a size 2 here, so if Dwarvintime has another playable herbivore in hand, then they win Herbivore's 5 race, which would be pretty huge. Doesn't look like it though, it's just playing sponsorship lines for 4 points. BlanketAddict playing animals, draws research from range for hitting 13 rep. And both pandas come down. So giant panda, very efficient when you're tight on space. Very efficient scorer. Gets X tokens from 8 CP. And scores have leveled up, plus there's going to be 5 shields here from herbivores. Ooh, archaeologist. Obviously much better early game, but maybe interesting for the 5th science tag. Definitely not hitting the end game on it though. Dwarventime fills up map here. Means basically after this association, points at level. Very important to take the worker there, so you have the option of determination. Dwarventime can't end the game this move. No Sunbear threat. Yeah, no Eagle threat either. But still very important to have that extra worker so you can support another project this round. Yeah, it looks like research will be it. Wow, I'm actually kind of shocked there. Dwarventime had the herbivores. I don't know why they didn't play them earlier. I don't think we missed any drawing. Nothing left to pouch. Nothing worth digging here. So depending on the project, could be enough to end the game next move. BlanketAddict just playing some sponsors. So Archaeologist is the 5th research icon. I guess you play Orni as well for the 2 penguin pool points. Elephant would have been good a very long time ago. Oh yeah, it's always enough because we get Dwarventime gets last worker here. So yeah, I think reasonable enough move to end the game right now. BlanketAddict's not showing any empty enclosures, so it's reasonable to assume the last animal's action can't be that good for them. Yeah, there's 2 rep into last worker via 3rd partner zoo. And donation to cross. Okay, is it actually enough? We talked about all these endgame points here. Gonna be maxed out favorite zoo as well. Nice project to finish into the extra turn. Just gonna be the reindeer. But yeah, also important to get that 15 15th rep for favorite zoo. Yeah, I think with the 4 shields here, plus, well, no Foreign Institute. Guess it's really only 4 shields. I say only 4 shields from monkeys. But there's still no guided school tours, just engineer here. And large animal zoo for 3. And with those 8 endgame shields, BlanketAddict wins by 3 points. Yeah, so with Dwarvintime having 0 cards in hand, delaying the game doesn't make it any better for them, so ending there was definitely right. I think I'm a little surprised. They definitely signaled that they had... I think snapping the Tapir signaled that it was the 5th herbivore, so I'm surprised that the first move after the break wasn't just playing them both immediately, just in case BlanketAddict had 5. I mean, we knew that BlanketAddict had 5 anyway. I'm a little surprised on the ordering there. But really cool to see this game plan actually work out. Yeah, you can actually basically nearly cross with so few buildings. Yeah, I mean, I've heard of Yeti, I think, playing this, but it's something that I've barely seen. Normally, the way that I think most people would play free range on this map is you like build around all these and get an instant appeal boost. But very cool to see this in action. I think it also being a friendly game means you're more like brave to sort of pull this off. I mean, you need less bravery to pull it off because there's no risk. Very cool though. Well played both. Just want to see how many turns that was. We will give BlanketAddict a bit of an advantage though, having Silver Lake though. 30 turns. Second game we have tonight is between Biubangboom and LeovoeL. LeovoeL backwards. There's been some speculation as to who this is. I think some people are saying it might be Segaris' new account. They were an old player in the top 20. I think they featured on a couple of the top 20 stats videos. Biubangboom has been at the top since basically season 1. Very strong player. Currently still in the top 10, I think even top 5. Anyway, we're looking at this from BBB's perspective. Projects: Asia, birds, herbivores. Endgames: architectural and conservation. Both reasonable. The projects are pretty easy, I would say. So conservation could definitely be relevant here. And not a bad starting hand at all. Like, Tarsier is great for Asia too, although BBB is second player here. No guarantee they get Asia Partner Zoo. Herbivores just fits with the project. Sloth Bear is kind of interesting in that if Asia Partner Zoo does get taken away, then it's a playable animal. I guess you could make the same argument with the muskox. I don't know, something like this. I think Adventure Playground is always worth it as well. They do keep the muskox over the sloth bear. I guess the argument there being, if you don't get an instant Asia 2, then pushing for Asia 4 is probably not at the highest priority. Pretty interesting display as well. Hydrologist is this is one of the better maps for it. It gives you 25 money, so I'm always looking out for Hydrologist on Park Restaurant. The Macaque, always scary, especially with Asia as a project. Hippo's a nice early animal, especially with Herbivores as a project, so there's a lot of good things on the display. Opponent actually does start with Asia, so a bit annoying. I guess America's Partner Zoo is fine as well. I'm a bit surprised by the ordering here, because I think Hydrologist is always worth taking from the display. And it's not like there's a rush to get this Partner Zoo. So, I mean, I think here I would always be building first. Build is high enough that you can build a size 4 for the muskox as well. Maybe being a little bit greedy, hoping to draw everything with the sponsor magnet ability, but then I don't really know where you're building the size 4 to start with. Maybe top right? It does allow the opponent to grab it though, which I think is definitely the right move. Research appears, but both players started Partner Zoos, so not really interesting. BBB plays Expert in Herbivores. Opponent plays the Hydrologist now. And we finally have the size 4 coming down. And it is just over the draw a card spot. We're not really interested in the Macaque, so it's just going to be from the deck. Pretty nice though, getting federal grants there. I mean, really nice. Opponent builds another size 2, this one touching rock. And instead of drawing cards, we just play the muskox now. It does get the expert on the Americas. I don't think the opponent would have snapped it up, but just secures, guarantees that you at least get one sponsor. And it's a fine sponsor to be playing. Actually really good now that the muskox is down. It's like 3 appeal plus a kiosk. Rhino shows up now, which, yeah, I mean, I'd snap it. It's relevant for 2 of the projects, and it's just a Rhino. Very snappable. BBB plays Adventure Playground. Very cute move, covering the player sponsor for money, and then can play Expert on the Americas. Good kiosk spot, good appeal. Touching the restaurant as well, so income now up to 17 with federal grants to come still. And the opponent plays Rock Monitor. Selling 1 card, plus Great Hornbill for their Asia animal. So I mean, after all that, opponent has 15 income as well. BBB builds a size 1 for the Tarsier in the future. Kind of like really weird sequence of moves for the opponent here. They're high rated as well. I didn't mention that, but well, I guess I kind of did at the start. They X back cards, and the break's on 2 out of 9. So they only have 2 cards in hand. So I think what they're signaling is they definitely don't have a sponsor, and they want to support Asia at 2. But I think there's more than enough time to X back a SOS. It's just, I'm not sure what the plan is. The plan is like hope that BBB does cards and then break 5, I guess. But Biubangboom just X's down animals. Like, they know that the opponent wants to break here. So now it creates another awkward move, which is Xing out build. Which I also think is the wrong thing to X out, because with no enclosures, you always want build ahead of animals. Yeah, BB not interested in the break at all because they want to get out federal grants. That also lets them be able to draw cards and not have to discard anything. And now the opponent finally concedes that they have to... I don't know. They just do cards at 2 now. Draw 1. So this is like a very, very inefficient 3 or 4 moves for them that sets them back quite a bit. Like Biubangboom have taken 3 or 4 useful actions, drawing cards, playing a sponsor, but the opponent's just got basically 2 X tokens and 1 card instead. Does draw into Reese's Monkey Park and Cougar. Monkey Park, I guess, a bit interesting with the Tarsier coming out. Cougar's just a playable animal. The other option actually was the Eagle Owl, which I'm surprised he didn't keep with Birds as a project here. But I think the thing is that he wants to grab the Asia Partner Zoo. Probably no time for Europe. Although it's interesting with the Bison here as well. So opponent finally causes the break. They did not have to spend an X. That's a good question. I'll double check after the game. I believe it was real time, but it might not have been. I don't remember if it was real time or turn based. Okay, we do have the Asia Partner Zoo here into build upgrade. Opponent actually starts with bird breeding program, which is even better than doing Asia 2, although it does leave Asia 2 open for BBB. So I actually don't know about the ordering of that. Like, the rep's not especially important. I guess they don't mind going for Asia 4 either way, so it's not the biggest deal. They take 5 money. 5 money does... They're still behind on income, so I mean, I don't mind it. I think snapping is okay with the Martin here. But, I mean, you can justify 5 money, it's fine. I think BBB's eyeing the Martin as well, because they build another size 1 instead of like a kiosk here or something. I guess size 1 touching the restaurant does the same job, basically. We have another X. Yeah, this is the problem with putting animals ahead of build earlier. Like, now animals has to get X'd out. So, like, there's 4 X tokens here, but they've lost a lot of tempo. We have Tarsier plus Cougar, so now all of a sudden break is at 7 out of 9. I think it would have been cute to do a cards action before this and just surprise break. Oh yeah, I forgot about Expert on America's giving a kiosk. Choosing not to draw a card even though the kiosk has a nice spot there. I guess leaving that probably for the Martin next round. And this is going to be... Actually, could just be leaving room for the Monkey Park here. I don't know that we still want to be playing the Monkey Park though. It seems like a bit of a distraction at the moment. It's just going to be breaking 5. So it does give the opponent initiative on Asia 2 again. I mean, if I'm the opponent, I'm spending X's to probably do Asia 2 and then get snapping to take away this America release. Can't leave this America release around with the muskox here. They could also snap it, but I think I'd rather just get Asia 2 first. That looks like that's what they're doing. Okay, good sequence of moves there. Just 1 CP short of the uni is a bit unfortunate. Interested to see what their plan is to get it. We just have first uni for Biubang into cards upgrade. That's one way of getting the Martin. Opponent just draws from the deck, which is reasonable. Martin's not worth snapping up for them at all. Chameleon is nice for the 4th Asia tag. Does take the Martin as well. Takes the project. I mean, it is a playable project. Opponent has no science. Primate breeding shows up again, 2nd game in a row with the Tarsier. Okay, opponent actually has a penguin pool. That's great here. They could support two birds to get the uni, but I think with penguin pool you probably want to be pushing for 5 anyway. Depends on what's going on tactically, of course. Like, supporting 2 birds, if it gets you a uni block as well, is perfectly fine. BBB does build a kiosk there, draws vet from range. Gonna be nice to play this chameleon and snap up the primate breeding. I expect that's what's about to happen. We have a size 4, touching the clever, and touching only 1 water. And a rock. Clever's down sponsors as well. We have Martin first, actually hunts a reindeer which can flock with the muskox, very nice. But does play the chameleon and snaps up primate breeding. Another weird X move. Gonna have to check the stats, see how many times they X'd back an action. Xing back cards as well. So not playing animals signals that they need to build again seems very unlikely. Or they have a sponsor that they really want to get out. Maybe an ornithologist or something. I don't know, it doesn't seem worth it. BBB plays the vet here, which I think is fine because he can fully build again and play a reindeer this round. Oh, it is building again. They actually cover the player sponsor for money. Wait. And don't play a sponsor? Okay, that's really weird. What's the reasoning for really needing to get a wallaby here? My thought, okay, not having animals upgraded does kind of hurt right now. But my thought would be at least grab engineer from range and play that. I'll never understand also needing to put the petting zoo here and covering this very important spot. And not playing a sponsor with it. That's bizarre. We do have reindeer into expert on the Americas kiosk. Yeah, okay. We know they do have the rhino. So it does help get species 5. But the ordering on it is so weird, and why do you have to build the petting zoo here? What's wrong with up here? What's wrong with down here? Really quite odd. They do play the wallaby and pouch, and then, okay, we're going to expect... Oh, that's just another rabbit, not the rhino just yet. I guess they actually need animals upgraded to play the Rhino, which is why it hasn't come out. It's possible they forgot that they needed animals upgraded. Okay, those are some decent card draws. Ornithology is still very useful here. Just the break from the opponent. I mean, after all's said and done, very close. Looks like they're still going to get the free university. We also have Explore and Basic Research here. I guess Basic Research is dead for both players. Oh yeah, BB also doesn't have hand size yet. Pretty annoying to play without hand size, so they keep Migration, Research, and Primate Breeding. And opponent does snap up Explorer. Makes sense. It's definitely the best snap from the display. We do have the Primate Breeding. Just into another worker for Biubang. With the 2-rep here, that'll be a 3rd worker. So we'll be able to support another project this round. Yeah, opponent does just go for 2 birds to grab this uni. And they should be looking to uni block. They do. They take hand size. And yeah, they must be upgrading animals here. Okay, I guess they're going to do cards first and then grab a partner zoo or uni before playing animals, so I guess upgrading cards first does make sense then. Migration Recording comes down. It's another science tag, but sadly no release projects yet. We do know that the opponent has or had the Americas release, but they might have pouched that. Opponent just draws from the deck. We also know that they want to upgrade sponsors, so I'm a little surprised they upgraded cards, because I think animals and sponsors are probably the next 2 upgrades that they want. I don't really see how cards fits in with it. Cards at 3 for BBB. This replay definitely bugging out. So if you're doing cards at 3, there should be another card drawn, but we don't see what it is. It just moves on to the next turn. We'll see if it appears. But I mean, drawing the bald eagle's pretty nice. That's some really weird sixth sense, just knowing that the eagle was there. Not saying he's hacking the game, but it looks very suspicious, doesn't it? That's such a weird cards 3 action. So we do have research. Research just at 4 icons. It's fine. So it gets you the size 3 from the reward track here. And also remembers vet. Takes snapping as well for the boa constrictor. So we still don't know what the other card was. That's also very true as well, going for research instead of Asia 4. I guess this gets research out of your hand, and without hand size that would be quite annoying, so I can see the logic behind that. Not like the opponent can leech off it anyway, really. It doesn't matter if it's out there or not. Opponent does grab their second uni. Okay, upgrading animals. They might just be staying on 3 upgrades. I don't know if they'll get this partners or not, but it's very late for Explorer now. We do have a build 6. A size 1 and a size 5. Something tells me there's a card here that we're not seeing. Otherwise, this build action makes 0 sense. Size 5, I understand for the eagle. Size 1 is a little bit weird. Size 5 is fine for the eagle because... Actually, no, it doesn't make sense. Size 5 is not necessary for the eagle because it just gets released from this size 4 if you build an aviary. So, not sure what's going on. Opponent plays Malayan Tapir. Where is that rhino? They do away predator breeding, which was a project for BBB. They play their 3rd petting zoo. I mean, that's very good. The rhino still hasn't come out yet. We've also seen only one bird that's come after Penguin Pool. Okay. This makes sense now. There was an elephant in the hand all along. Thank you for showing that BGA replays. Much appreciated. Elephants, okay, elephant's actually huge here. 4th herbivore. Draws a wombat from hitting 10 rep. Just for the 5th herbivore as well. That's extremely lucky. And draws into favorite zoo. My god. Okay, now we got like architectural and favorite. Look like they're both going to be maxed out. That's pretty nice. Plays the boa constrictor anyway. Plays the boa constrictor over the wombat. So, okay, I guess you can always do wombat plus eagle as like a final action and do herbivores 5, and then in the meantime you can support Asia 4. And constricting now doesn't really do much though. That's the only thing. Gets you an extra kiosk here, which is okay, I guess. But the constriction does nothing because BBB is about to cause the break, we assume. Opponent does get the partner zoo now and upgrades SOS instead of sponsors, so Explorer is dead. This is just the break here. Okay, so it looks like the sequence for BBB is going to be support Asia at 4 and grab get the aviary as well. Then potentially look to fill map. It'll be close to ending, but I don't think it's quite enough. Like 8 CP plus 38. It's still missing quite a few points. Okay, Stalker's a good snap though. Aviary is definitely coming down. Although this is not playable yet. I mean, you want to deny the Stalk anyway from the Penguin Pool player. Opponent grabs the brown spider monkey. Oh, we actually have Big Nose and Mandrill here. Interesting. Oh, now Bamboo Forest appears. I don't know about not snapping that here. I think with the muskox is like one thing that you can't leave. Guided School Tour is actually It's going to say nice to get the opponent to 7 CP, then they can potentially do animals to get that 8 CP and get a ×2 on something like Association. But I'd say BBB is going to take the ×2 here for sure. They do build the Aviary, and if I had to guess, they're going to ×2 build so they can fill map. Makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense with all these little one size gaps here. Opponent just draws 4 from the deck all at the same time. So I guess the argument there for not going 1 by 1 is you're never drawing anything here because it puts Bamboo Forest in range for BBB, which is something that you never want to do, so it makes sense to draw all at the same time. Interesting. I mean, this is still very snappable, right? I guess not snappable enough. Not the best draws. Geologist is okay. Some nice appeal and then an endgame shield. King Vultures would be nice, but not going to be playable. Not this game anyway. Opponent is building 1 of everything. They could potentially look to fill map as well. If they get an Aviary as a reward, then it's 1 build action away. And we just have map fill. You don't even have to fill the map, just leave the eagle to fill the map. I guess that's not part of the plans though. Because now Chaos can't go anywhere. So I mean that's just a slight inefficiency. Leaving it for size 2 to fill the map, okay. I mean, either works. Okay, we finally have the Rhino plus. Rhino into... Okay, Lemur, that's the 5th species. Triple Sunbathe as well. Yeah, so I mean, if you play Penguin Pool first, then you do get an extra appeal when you play Hydrologist. Oh, right, no, Penguin Pool does not count as a water space. If you build next to it, you won't get money from Hydrologist. BBB now finally deciding to snap up Bamboo Forest, it looks like. Interesting timing there. Okay, species diversity for the opponent. Finally, someone gets past 10 CP. Conservation Zoo goes, yeah. Well, actually, Favorite Zoo is not going to be maxed out, but still going to be a lot of endgames here. Although, we have Vet that's not going to get hit. I guess, yeah, Federal Grants and Expert on the Americas are guaranteed already. Opponent does get the Aviary, so now they will be looking to fill map as well. They have plenty of money. So, a little bit awkward position. BBB can only do 1 project, but they're not going to be able to cross without another break, so what do you do here? Okay, you do Bamboo Forest and then cause the break, I guess. Takes 3 X's as well. Oh yeah, especially with migration recording. I'm really surprised the opponent left this out in the open. I think they should have spent an action snapping it up. Opponent is doing animals at 3, which I like a lot. They play Snowy Owl. Now they're very close to ending the game here. Plus Scarlet Macaw. They basically end the game next action with a map fill. I mean, they can also do a project. So now BB really needs to cause the break here. The opponent not having size 2 kind of hurts. Not really. It's just awkward like what the opponent does now. They want to fill the map. They can't do it with a pavilion, but they can fill it and get on to 99. Or they can just build a pavilion size 1 and then just get size 2 reward like BBB's planning on doing. Keeping the Dukes as a playable animal is nice. Just snapping up the Zebra. Could be playable for the opponent with 1 more Africa tag, so it's fine. Opponent snaps up Red Deer. They start the round off by playing Tech Institute, which... Oh, I really don't like that as a move. I really hate that. They're not getting a 3rd uni. It was basically just an X token. But instead they could have like filled map or something. Pretty nice sequence here, though. We got Duke plus Frill Lizard. We can still finish the game with Wombat plus Eagle into Herbivores 5. Okay, now the map's getting filled with a size 4. So there's an Aviary here. Wonder if this is going to be an Eagle finish as well. Oh yeah, there's even time to do another project as Biubangboom here. Gets the size 2, which gets the Clever ability, which gives you enough X tokens to do animals plus project still. Okay, opponent looks like probably just drawing for an Eagle. So, I mean, drawing there signals that they definitely don't have one. But I guess at the same time, there's no advantage to ending the game right now. Because it's not like Biubangboom can get any closer to 100. Unless they have a sponsor that gives no points. But they are just going to choose to end the game. Wombat plus Eagle. Very nice finish. Oh yeah, Muskox got released actually, so it's only Herbivores 4. Still a nice finish. I thought for a second he was blocking the opponent, but noticed that the Muskox got released earlier. This is going to be animals. We have Raya first. Bird number 5. Into Sun Bear. So Eagle would obviously be better for bird number 6 with Penguin Pool, but... I guess the plan with one more X token would have been get the last uni for Tech Institute. But I mean, getting a partner zoo is the same, right? So I still really don't like the Tech Institute move. Bonus for last worker. Only Geological is the last project, though, is the difference maker here. Still a close finish. We just know that BBB's endgames are incredible. One off from maxing Favourite Zoo, but 7 CP here, plus 1, 2. 9 CP versus 2 here, 2 visible. So yeah. It's a win for Biubangboom. Small Animal Zoo, maxing that out's impressive though. And it's a clean win. So yeah, I think the opponent had some inefficiencies. Xing out a few too many actions. Quite weird, the petting zoo move. Not sure. I think if the opponent just ends the game a turn or two before, like instead of playing Tech Institute, you really just allowed BBB to get to 100 and then just win the game from superior endgames. But like we saw that BBB had time to do animals twice in the last round, do 2 projects. Opponent only did 1 project. Yes, that's definitely what we're going to look at. So it wasn't the shortest game. It was a 36 turn. X token instead of action, only at 4 actually. Still well above average. Yeah, so the opponent was kind of in an awkward position with animals and Assos at 1 and 2. But at the same time, they had build to fill map that was at 4. So they can fill map and then they can do animals at 3 or whatever. And they did have some X tokens. They had 2. So like they could do animals at 3, Sun Bear into association, 2 X tokens at 5. Assuming they didn't just draw the Sun Bear in the last round. They could have ended it like 3 or 4 turns earlier. And it does look like it was indeed turn-based. 8 hours thinking time each. This was an arena match. Both very highly rated. That's like both in the top 20 at the start of that game. Anyway, that's all we're going to look at today. Thanks everyone for watching. Have a good rest of the day and see you guys next week.